What's up, guys? This is Skyryuu from S Plus Gaming, and in this video, we're doing a deep dive analysis into some of the best key moments from Street Fighter 3 Third Strike from EVO 2024. I attended EVO 2024, and it was phenomenal. It was my first EVO ever. Check out my video where I talk about my first experience ever going to EVO. But let's get in this video, and I'm going to give you a deep dive into this key moment in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike done by Hayao. All right, so let's check it out. Right here we have, just to give you some context, we've got Hayao playing as Hugo. Hayao is a popular Japanese player, well, from Japan, right? And I've been following Hayao for like 7, 8, maybe 10 years now. And then you have Jazzy. So these are the highlights and moments. And I want to show you something. The technical difficulty involved in this thing is just absolutely phenomenal. Now, here's the thing. Here are the key moments. Hugo's life is low, right? So what players are going to typically do, actually, you know what? Let me not ruin it. Let me just show you this cool thing. Oh, yes. The running man.
Look at that. The running man.
Yes, yes.
I told you. Make some noise for Hayao.
Okay, so this is Hayao. Hayao is one of the best fighting gamers in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike history. And Hayao is also known for being pretty theatrical, pretty over the top, crazy. There we go. There we go. Let's watch some more of these highlights.
In such a situation as that. Hayao backing off a little bit here. Was still being the aggressor. I like that he hasn't changed it. Didn't even go for that this time. Here's the tackle. Oh, screen nice control. Parry. Oh my goodness. Look at Hayao. Oh.
Nice parry.
Oh.
Balls of steel, this guy.
Yo, what?
He's just doing the most.
Sure, a lot of got that punish. Yes, Duck Super. Oh no. Oh, good. This can. Oh no, he could have gone for EX machine gun blow. Would have killed the combo. Oh, he baited it again. Maverick
Okay.
Hugo. The flash kicks rip from Smug. Got there. Oh, that time the EX flash kick worked. Right. The pace is not
this is a nice little tidbit, but I'm going to skip forward to Hayao's additional performances.
This is a great crowd and such, man, it's going to be so eclectic once these guys start throwing down on the sticks. But if one solid knockdown from Embo.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, I can explain that as well.
Oh my God.
Nice parry.
That's it.
the thing about that.
Oh!
Nice again. Oh no! Oh my God! You saw him fishing for it.
You already know he was trying to healing.
All right, we got the knockdown though.
Jesus.
Oh my God!
Yo. Okay.
Watch out, the 720. He's fishing for it.
Oh, you know those dashes. He tried.
He tried.
He wants it.
He's trying again.
Okay.
The tenacity.
Hayao needs to get in. MOV doing such a good job being annoying. Oh, the super shot.
He is dancing.
Look at that
Healing
healing.
time.
No. Ooh. Look at the stun. Don't
30
get
seconds on
stunned.
the clock, by the way. Oh my God. He jumped out of the way.
That wasn't a punish.
It took too long, Justin. I think it was just a tad bit too
That
long.
was actually some.
It does stay green.
Okay, look at this. The back heavy kick. Such a good fun to build bar. And it builds a chunk too.
Look at this. Okay, so Hayao is trying to apply his pressure.
Yeah, right now. He's not going to show it.
Nice.
The lariat to hunt him down.
Again, champion
Keeping that control.
there. But I think
Yep.
MOV will take
This is a really annoying super.
again. You gotta guess the game. Go for the sweep. Chip damage.
You can't do not do the rhino horn. No shot.
Okay. I thought Hayao was gonna do something pretty crazy there, but that's not the case.
Say a young player. We might
Dropped his escape. The
Okay. So this is what I want to fast forward to.
tackle. What defensive difficulty, to be honest. Couldn't get Chiruthi in a block situation. Even if he wanted to, he tried it right there. That's going to be enough. Chiruthi 3-0 eliminating
already with the jump parry master. Ooh.
Yes, sir. Being able to get that juggle.
Do we go for the chip though? Do we risk the chip though?
Fireball in the super, perhaps?
Yep, EX fireball in the super.
better.
Oh,
I
good.
see.
That back. Okay,
Ooh.
stand fierce. That's actually a really good option. Maybe more stand fierce needs to be just used in general.
Oh, that's so scary. Still being able to parry in the clap. Frankie does get the low.
Yep.
The super, the clap.
Please don't jump back heavy kick. Oh, good shore you can. Breaker.
You saw the attempt. Frankie, back throw instead.
Oh my god, the chase down.
Oh, the clap. Look at the stun and the damage.
Nice, 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 nice.
You cannot air parry that one.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
Is he looking for the EX top? He tried. Stand fierce, juggle. No follow.
Oh, you thought you could press a medium?
Mm.
He already knows it. Take it away.
Ah.
Dang.
Yo.
What is he doing?
Hayao is just the best, I swear.
He's winning.
It doesn't hurt.
Oh, my God. That hurts me.
He's got the cheeks on the stage.
The pants don't rip.
Magic pants.
The pants don't rip.
This guy is actually the most mobile person of his age group.
Yes.
Without a medium punch like that in that regard, after a dash, you
Oh
got
my god.
SPD to Oblivion.
Oh,
See,
I was
the
scared.
chase down is happening, ladies and gentlemen. Hayao, it's cat and mouse right now. 29 seconds on the clock.
Oh,
no
nice.
shot.
He's still
Frankie.
alive.
And this is what people are trying to call Evo Moment 38.
Chip damage. Oh my god.
Oh, okay, not that one.
Did it again. How is this man doing it? If he
Yo.
does a backflip, I will lose it. Across the Tatsu.
He goes for the universal overhead, then backs away. Dashes up in danger.
Oh my god, no, no, no.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Hey. How did he do that?
He went past the SF3. He went for the roundhouse. He jumped over completely.
Do you understand? That is a worthless button. That button is so worthless. But
Damage. The big parry, though, this is going to be so significant.
Okay. So we're going to skip forward to another epic Hayao moment.
oh my god. Good hit. MOV. Your boy, master of vampires. Moving. Again, forward throw again. Clap.
Oh,
forward
midair.
fierce. Oh my god.
Reset. The
The
sun
chase
is-
down. Oh my god, again.
Absolutely phenomenal.
How? How did he not jump? Why did he not react? Like he's really. Ooh! What is he doing? Oh! Oh! Oh my god!
I affirm it. Something else.
That's right. Run away! Run away!
Oh.
Don't forget about the air throws. Chun-Li has air throws against Hugo. Oh my god!
Dangerous.
Oh my god!
Almost one touch for each.
Chirit, don't fall for it, Chiriti. The crowd wants you to do it.
Now, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Okay, 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 okay.
Heavy kick crushing the low. Go for the stand fierce. Hayao needs to chase down. 15 seconds left on the clock. Go for the clap.
Oh my
chase
God.
down. What a wait. Oh my god. Fierce, don't do it.
He's fighting for his life.
Oh, universal.
There's a reason why Justin Wong is saying don't do it. If you know about,
Hayao's
I'll explain it later.
Speedy fierce. Good jump.
Oh, you already know. I cannot believe the back-to-back throws from Chirithi. 2 bars to his name as well. He could.
Oh, what's he gonna do?
With a single hit confirm.
Oh my god.
No, there's too much life.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Is he dead? Yes, he is.
Yeah, 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 he's dead.
Medium kick. Chirithi in match point. Hayao's at far. Good jump.
Nice, nice.
One more shot.
He's not dead,
Yes,
but
fierce. The throw.
yeah.
Ohio is eliminated. Chirithi from Canada, Montreal. Like I said,
Kick up close. Issei gets contested, but no, not
whoa, the parry.
Nani?
That's third strike 101. Is he nervous? It seems like it. Loser finals. Nice block. That was really good block.
Look at this man. Issei, he's fighting for his life. Gets exposed once down below, and Chun-Li.
Or Chirithi knows the match.
Okay.
He's trying to figure out like, okay, these are Issei habits. I want the run back. I want to show him that I can win the Chun-Li versus Yun match.
Oh, what a delay too. Did you see that?
Yes.
He opened
Okay.
it slightly.
So that's the fun part. That's the fun stuff. What I'm going to do is go into the deep dive of why some of these moments are so iconic. And if you are new to Street Fighter 3 Third Strike or just Street Fighter in general, fighting games in general, I'm going to be doing these deep dives. If you like these, let me know. So first scene, right? here's what's going on. Here we've got a really key moment where Hugo's life is lower than Ken's. It's pretty low. Ken can, depending on Hugo's life,
The clock.
Hayao is being so patient with the 720
right here. Okay, so at this point, what Ken did was he did an instant, kind of an instant overhead because Hugo is so tall, even when crouching, that you can jump back, kick him in the head, and that counts as an overhead, right? Because Hugo's just so tall. Otherwise, with other shorter characters, regular characters, they're not tall enough while crouching to get hit. So what Ken wanted to do was get Hugo down to within striking distance or life danger zone, pretty much. The danger zone is where I don't know why I wasn't looking at the camera. The danger zone is where Ken can now do a common thing. Suddenly do a flying EX Tatsumaki Senpukyaku. There's something important about this to know. Ken's flying EX Tatsumaki um, curves, first of all, unlike Ryu's, where it doesn't stay in the air stationary, he goes over in an arc while doing it. So you have to time your parries where you have to tap forward. And if you're not familiar with parries in this game, it's not like Street Fighter 6 where you can just hold down a button, two buttons, and parry. No, you have to tap forward within I think about 6 frames, 6 frames, kind of short, 6 to 8 frames maybe. I can't quite recall. You have to tap forward toward an attack that's coming at you within so many frames of it hitting you. So it's very intentional, and it's great rewards if you parry, but great consequences if you parry incorrectly with wrong timing. Okay, so because you can't block when you're tapping forward, you get hit with all the moves. All right. So those are two things that at play. So what Ken has set up here is that Hugo is in striking distance of getting hit by the EX Tatsumaki in the air. And that's very likely to happen. It's very fast, hard to react to, and even more difficult, harder to parry if you're not expecting it. The third problem is that Hugo is a tall character. So some kind of the EX Tatsumaki that the Frankie BFG is trying to set up here is going to hit Hugo, even if it crosses up. Let me show you. So those are three key things to be mindful of.
Oh my god.
So Frankie was hoping for or expecting to surprise Hugo with the EX Tatsumaki, right? That normally would hit surprise anyone. It's extremely fast, like you just saw. It's extremely fast.
Being so patient with the 720 right here. Oh my god.
Really hard to react to. See, Hayao, by the time Hayao's doing a crouching light kick, he's already got the thing. Maybe Frankie B just kind of guessed wrong or figured Hayao would try to jump or whatever, but Hayao luckily was doing his crouching light attack. Now here's the crazy part. We already have we have Ken who's about to either hit Hugo in the face or cross him up. If you're not familiar with a cross up is where you land on the opposite side of your opponent in such a way, I'm going to slow down the speed. You land on the opposite side of your opponent to where instead of holding back on their control stick, Hugo would be holding right to block the attack normally. Hugo needs to hold left. Why is that? Because when Ken comes over, Ken is going to be on Hugo's right side. That's going to flip Hugo's body direction at the last second. Now Hugo's going to need to be holding left to block attacks because now the attacks are on the right side. Okay, so there's that cross up that's happening. That's already crazy. So one, low health. Two, Ken's arcing EX Tatsumaki is, hard to parry if you were to parry in the air. 3, it's really fast, hard to react to. 4, we now have a cross-up, a potential cross-up that's about to happen. So here, this is the absolutely insane part. In this cross-up, here's what happens. Hugo gets up from his crouch, and I don't know if Hayao started buffering. I'm going to talk about buffering in a little bit. But Hayao has this thing where now he parries he parries the kick from the cross up. That's absolutely insane. So he tapped, instead of holding left and staying safe, Hayao took the risk, intentionally tapped forward, i.e., right, on the cross up and timed it properly. That's the sixth obstacle, the sixth major hurdle, right? The cross up and the parry. And he did it properly. And here is the absolute kicker. The moment you can hear the announcer going crazy. The moment Ken lands and the moment the parry is happening, Hayao executes the 720 super. Now, here's the thing with that crouching, like, here's the thing that's doubly impressive. Impressive either way. Whether Hayao executed the 720 from the moment he parried Ken's attack, the technical difficulty in executing a 720, what do I mean by 720? Is when you rotate the stick 360 degrees twice. To do that and hit an attack alone is absolutely very, very, very difficult without leaving the ground. Doing that, this is called the Gigas Breaker. Gigas Breaker from pretty much just like Zangief 720 motion. And it's really hard to do that while you're grounded and not jump and press the punch before you can leave the ground, right? Because jumping off the ground takes you maybe probably 3 frames, 4 frames, 5 frames, I don't know, okay? Or 6 frames or something like that in this game. Hugo has more frames that it takes for him to leave the ground, but 6 frames is still an extremely short time. A frame is 1/30th of a 1/60th. I think it's 1/30th of a second. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Anyway, getting back to this. Scenario 1, if Hayao reacted to the parry and executed the 720 to do this after the parry or as the parry happened, that's absolutely masterful technical execution. But Hayao is the only one who I know executes 720 like that, especially a standing 720. Okay, what would be even more impressive to me, or just as impressive, probably more, is earlier when Hayao you're able to buffer, you're able to store or buffer and store a 360 for your 720. You're able to buffer and store moves for fractions of a second, portions of a second, and then it'll still register as one fluid set of motion. So check this out. At this moment, what I think might have happened is Hayao saw that or knew that Frankie BFG, because it's a very common tactic, wanted to do the EX Tatsu. Hayao has played many, many years of people trying to explore Hugo's height. Hayao could have done a crouching light kick to buffer the 360. So to do the 360 motion, all right, from the light kick, you can do that. And then knew the timing. Maybe he was buffering it maybe twice. You are able to store that. That's stored. And then do a quick parry and then execute a 360 and the 720 will still come out. The timing is so short, so tight, in between potentially his first 360 from the crouching light kick and the 360 done here. The timing is so short in between them that the game would register both of them as a full 720, and that could have been the second and maybe, and in my opinion, more impressive execution of this super in such a clutch moment. There are 6 things, 6, maybe 7 things that needed to happen in order for Hayao to pull this off. Knowing that that was coming, being able to calculate for that, the trajectory, parry, handle the cross up, parry on the cross up, and either buffer the super or fast execute the super, which we call the Tachi Gigas in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike for Hugo's move. So this is why this moment is so iconic, and the commentator and the crowd absolutely lose their minds. Let me show you, play this back at full speed, and we are just gonna start this over.
720, 28 seconds on the clock.
Hayao is being so patient with the 720 right here. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Amazing.
How did he do that?
Amazing. That's what he meant when he said, how did he do that?
Look at that. The running man. Do you see?
The awareness and technical expertise is absolutely insane. That's why the crowd went wild. This is why Hayao is the GOAT. This is why Hayao is the GOAT. One of the, probably the best at it. You know, he has inspired the world. Like everyone in the world who plays Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Hayao is just the beast and the GOAT at Street Fighter 3 Third Strike with his iconic Hugo. I don't care what anybody says, he's the best with Hugo and in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike with these technical setups. Thanks so much for watching this video. This has been a deep dive with your host Skyryuu at S Plus Gaming. If you want more videos like this, let me know and I will post more videos on deep dives and these amazing technically difficult moves and scenarios and situations, and explain to you. I'll break it down in the deep dive. See you in the next video. Peace.